Pokemon Dark Violet has been one of the biggest hidden gems I've ever played in my time of playing Pokemon ROM hacks. Because of the deep plot, the smooth flow and the beautiful modern look of this game, I feel like this is the best way to play a version of Pokemon Fire Red if you are looking for something new. I'll get to you later, I promise. Hello everybody and welcome to my review of Pokemon Dark Violet. Let's see what makes this game so good. Pokemon Dark Violet is a ROM hack based on Pokemon Fire Red. In fact, you do play through the Kanto region like you would in Pokemon Fire Red. However, Pokemon Dark Violet makes a lot of things about the game better, namely the story. I have never been so inclined to a story as I have with Pokemon Dark Violet. The way it tells it using cutscenes, different characters and backstories of certain characters made for me at least to be mesmerized by it the entire way through. I will get into this more deeply later on in the review though. Story is definitely not the only thing Pokemon Dark Violet brings to this revamp of Pokemon Fire Red though. The game actually serves to be quite the challenge, ramping up the levels of the Pokemon quite high throughout the game. It also uses Pokemon all the way up to Generation 4, has a physical special split, and has a very modern look for what it is, often using graphical elements from the Kanto of Pokemon Heart Gold or Soul Silver in this game. It also has some very nice customly made music in some spots which you are currently listening to. Pokemon Dark Violet serves to be one of the best ROM hacks of Pokemon Fire Red I have ever played. Let's see exactly why. If you're playing Dark Violet after watching this review, I hope you're not doing it because you're expecting a big challenge of a game. Even though Dark Violet definitely classifies as being way harder than the original game, having higher levels and more advanced custom movesets, I personally did not have that hard of a time with the game. Don't get me wrong, it can without a doubt pose some grueling challenges at some specific points in the game, but if you even prepare lightly or have any really good Pokemon at a decent level, you will not have that much trouble with the difficulty of this game. As opposed to some other harder games, this game does not really stop you from doing whatever you want in battle, requiring decently little strategy throughout the game. Honestly though, I do not feel like this is that much of a problem in this game because I feel like the main reason you should be playing this game is the story. The story of Pokemon Dark Violet is supremely unique. Not only does this game give you a high quality story that keeps you engaged throughout the entirety of the game, the story also makes a lot of sense with other games and generations of Pokemon and really has a wow factor in there sometimes. It starts off incredibly early, having Green introduced as a character just after you start off. He is a key part of the story and another rival throughout the entire game. Furthermore, you also get introduced to Team Rocket way earlier in the game, and opposite to the original game of Pokemon Fire Red, they actually have some real serious motives and plans in this game, which adds a lot of depth to the story. Not only does Team Rocket play a way bigger role in Pokemon Dark Violet, their motives as well as relatives and goals are way darker, deeper and advanced in this game than any other you have seen. Team Rocket also keeps recurring in the game until the very end, making them feel way more involved and important in the game. The telling of the story in this game is also top notch. The cutscenes keep me constantly interested in what is happening, wanting to see everything the developers managed to put into the game, and the way the text is written is always intriguing and readable. That being said though, there were definitely times where I felt there was too much text. I'll be first to admit I skipped bits and parts of text because I couldn't concentrate anymore, and that felt a bit frustrating sometimes. Admittedly, that could also definitely be a consequence of a lack of attention though. The thing I like so much about the story as well is that it just seems to make sense. Almost every part of the region gets used in a meaningful way, and I also love the way legendary Pokemon are being used in a meaningful way and have a logical backstory instead of sometimes just existing. Speaking of backstory, I don't want to spoil too much about this game, but one thing I want to make very clear is that backstory plays a huge part in this game. It actually got me very surprised sometimes at how this game manages to slip some really cool stuff in there. Just keep that word in the back of your mind while playing. Backstory. The story that is presented in Pokemon Dark Violet would sadly not be worth too much if the structure of the game were to be bad. That is why it's a good thing that this game adapts one of the most modern feels of a Generation 3 game in Kanto I have ever felt. The first thing I would like to mention is the beautiful flow in this game. The game never progresses too fast or too slow, and one thing that makes that to be the case is that this game uses clever ways to make you go to certain points at certain times. The freedom you got in Pokemon Firered EVER is something I do enjoy, but there's no denying that it's a bit lame that you could sometimes just do some later gyms first and then come back and destroy some earlier gyms, making the flow of Pokemon Firered EVER to be questionable at points. This game guides you really well, and if you follow the story and read the text, something which I might have skipped sometimes, you will never be stuck and will be able to go in the exact order that makes sense. Another thing I love about this game is how the underground tunnel is used. It's not that big of a feature, but it makes so that you can easily maneuver through the map even before you get flying, and it gives the map a nice center. It adds a bunch of custom shops and features which are really lovely. It's a nice add-on to the game. The game added a bunch of custom things to it as well. For example, every Pokemon from Generation 1 through 4 is available in this game, and custom stones like the Omega Stone and the Royal Stone make for trade evolutions to be possible. There are also a bunch of custom moves that are usable in this game. The moves tend to be pretty strong with some nice side effects and a very cool animation. It's the little things that tend to stick about a game. Something I didn't like too much is that TMs are not reusable and HMs can't be forgotten. You do have a bunch more TMs that you can buy, and also a move reminder as well as a move deleter, but for a game that is this high quality, it's a little disappointing that such a feature is not present, although not game breaking at all. The features in this game are on point. I really love the way things from future generations are implemented into the game, and I really like the modern look and feel this game gives. Talking about the modern look and feel, let's talk a bit about the graphics and music of this game. Let's talk about graphics first. I always say that graphics do not play the biggest part in a Pokemon game, but it definitely helps, and that stands true here. That's not to say the graphics of this game are bad though, I'm actually very fond of them. As I described it before, this game has a lovely, modern, fresh feel to it. It manages to use a lot of graphical looks from the Kanto of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and it actually looks very sweet in this game. Furthermore, even though you're playing through Kanto, the entire thing feels like it has gotten a lot more attention than the original Pokemon Firered EVER. You can notice that very well by just playing through the game and feeling the environment, which feels a lot more interactable as well as logical to the world. I'd like to talk about the music as well, because there's actually a lot to be talked about here. The game actually has a ton of custom music, which are mostly remixes of original songs, and I think they work really well in this game. I found myself enjoying a bunch of the music in this game and really loving a bunch of themes. Furthermore, there's some music from later Pokemon games implemented into the game as well, and for the rest it's mostly just Pokemon Firered EVER music, which of course there's nothing wrong with. Pokemon Dark Violet is an amazing game that puts a beautiful twist on the original game of Pokemon Firered EVER. It's balanced, beautifully polished, and has a very good story to back up everything else. I would give this game an 8.5 out of 10. It is a definite recommendation from me. Alright, thanks everybody so much for watching this review. I hope it was helpful to you. If you did think this review was helpful, please leave a like or a comment telling me what I could improve upon, or tell me what ROM hack I should review next. From the moment this review goes live, I will also be live on Twitch a lot playing the games I am reviewing. So if you would like to be a part of that, make sure to come to twitch.tv/EnarTogo, and I do hope to see you there. That is pretty much it. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and have a great day.